Good afternoon and welcome, Speed Gaming, to another Link to the Past league playoff match. Today we have the Double Dippers versus CLW, eddaump versus Nabs. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Antism. How are you doing, Antism?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. We have another nice race. I hope we're just even half as good as the previous race that I hope you all just caught. If you didn't, check the VOD. I won't spoil the results, but it was a good one. This one, we have Double Dippers. They won their first round 3-2 over Check Your Boot. So now we have the first match of CLW versus Double Dippers. And this is the Hyrule division. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Getting similar starts at Link's house. Like both are gonna take the uncle route.
Yeah, and then 50 rupees, kind of nice if you don't find bombs, you'll have enough money guaranteed to buy some in Kakariko when you get there.
Yep.
And is that a tile from the Tile Room sprite
I
on
think it
Ed's
is.
side?
I like it.
We have the tile versus Homer Simpson.
That's pretty funny. And it like spins as he turns. That's pretty funny as well.
I can't play with the alternate sprites. I have too many cues from Link's Shadows.
Same. But they're still pretty funny to see.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see what the bunny sprite looks like. Unfortunately, just arrows in the first chest to Uncle and a container heart, which, you know, early on, you want to get those container hearts, that extra health, but not really what they're looking for.
Yep. Alright, so heading over to Sanctuary now. And then probably the most... Oh, hey, a boomerang.
Yeah, another one of those things you're not really looking for. Boomerang's kind of nice when you don't have a weapon. You can stun your enemies and walk right through them, so at least it's something that you can use on the Y button.
It's also nice for menuing later on, because I can't tell you how many times I've just mismenued because I don't have a boomerang, and I'm used to having the boomerang.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, that's a nice stun prize too, 20 rupees. Good for farming.
Money not going to be an issue today. But we are going to get it. Looks like we're going to get a tree pull and a bush crab check and probably a lumberjack. Oh, not doing the tree pull. See if he checks the bush crab. The bush crab also. Wow, he kills it right away. Like 20 rupees, I guess, is enough.
Well, at least for Kakariko, it probably will be. But just 3 bombs on lumberjack, so we'll not have to kill Aga for those.
Nope. And more rupees in the drop down. Yeah, we got rupees and we got container hearts so far. Oh, we do have the boomerang. That's nice find there, but
a lot of red stuff.
Yeah, nothing really progression yet.
Yeah, that red boomerang doesn't stun every enemy. Like, doesn't stun the dactyls, unfortunately.
Yeah, you need the hook shot for that. Of course, that doesn't stun them; it kills them. So
that's true.
Okay, Nabs can be the first to get into Kakariko Village. Still has no bombs, so let's see if he goes and buys some.
Yeah, going straight south. Probably gonna check the brewery and then... Not the brewery. Tavern.
Just 10 arrows.
Gonna have to buy bombs.
Yep, gonna have to. Or Ed gets a tree pull with all the bombs you could ever want.
Yeah, that's a tier 3, I think, so that's nice.
So that'll save him a little bit of time as he enters the village. He'll be able to start up in the north. Doesn't have to worry about double dipping the Blind's Hut or the well.
Yep. And routing Kakariko north-south is a little bit faster as well, so...
Yeah, just a little bit of extra backtracking on Nab's side since he had to go all the way down to the south and then all the way back to the north.
Yep.
But better that than opening... Oh, a bow.
Yeah.
Than skipping that item in the back. A bow and a glove.
So for chat, a tier 3 pull is when a runner has killed 4 enemies without getting hit once. That's a tier 3 pull. And then if it's a tier 1 pull, it's just killing 1 enemy without getting hurt. And a tier 2 pull is killing 3+ enemies with getting hurt, I believe. That sound right?
That sounds about right.
Alright.
Oh, there's a sword. Sword in the well. Okay, so we've had pretty nice Kakariko. You can come out with a bow, a sword, and a glove.
Yep. And Nab's about to get their bow and gloves.
So it does offer the early Eastern play. Of course, we haven't seen a map yet. We don't know if that's a pendant or a crystal.
True.
Of course, not in logic and fully in logic until we get a lamp or at least a fire rod to get to the back. But most of these runners don't need the lamp if they like it. Be nice to have. It's a good fire source, but can certainly do the dark rooms without.
Alright, so now is Kakariko basically complete. Where do we go next? Where do we go next? South Shore? Eastern?
Yeah, the pretty standard is to go South Shore. That's what most runners do. Eastern, not a bad choice. They can do escape, but they've already done the uncle, so that's kind of less incentivized, I think.
Yep. I think Eastern would probably be the better play because you could get an early bow. Even if it is a pendant, that bow's got to mean something, right?
Yeah, so often the bow is progression in pod, but as long as it's a crystal, full clearing for a crystal, I think is a good choice. If it's a pendant, then I'm not sure I go for Eastern.
Fair. And Ed's going to lose a little bit of time going straight for the race game. It's going to find out it's just 3 bombs and probably not pick them up.
Okay, oh, and even better, I like this choice by Nabs. He's going to go back of escape.
Ooh, yeah, with that glove.
And we did see a quick check. I think I saw a red pendant on Eastern and a crystal on Hera. I did not see the desert.
It was too quick for me to quite see what it was.
I definitely saw red on Eastern, but whether it was a red pendant or a red crystal, I thought it was a pendant, but not sure.
Alright, and then back of escape, we've got 20 rupees, a map, and 10 arrows. So nothing over here. And unfortunately no key, so you can't even go to the Dark Cross chest from here.
Yeah, and shoutouts to our tracker, Dark Diplomat. Looks like he got the map. Either that or he's just listening to me. And has marked a Eastern Palace pendant and 2 crystals on Desert and Hera.
And Nabs is heading over to Eastern, and Ed is maybe gonna go for the Houlihan play? Or Death Mountain?
You can do Death Mountain. Also not in logic, but again, the lamp is often just a suggestion. And this is one of the dark rooms that I think is probably the most important dark room to learn, because it gets you that save quit spot early to get you back up to the mountain later.
That's true. Oh, and a red cane. I mean, useless now, but great for later. In the back of Shah's closet.
Yep, doesn't do anything for us now, but we're probably going to require it. The odds of both Meyer and TR being pendant dungeons are pretty slim. Does happen on occasion, though.
And will make Ice Palace a lot faster.
Yeah, the Red Cane in Ice Palace is it's a really interesting thing because it used to be that it was just kind of a side note that you could have some Mario locked Ice Palace, and now you just don't want to go in there without the Red Cane with the icebreaker strat.
Yep, very true. Alright, and Ed is grabbing the uncle, or the old man, and 50 rupees.
Okay, well that'll help get us towards Zora.
And is going to climb the mountain as well. Going to check out Spectacle Rock, what's in it.
And Nabs is making that dive into Eastern. Gets the big key right away.
Alright, early big key, yep. That's always nice, because then there's a chance that you don't have to go to the big key chest at all.
Okay, Container Heart on the mountain, on Spectacle Rock Cave, 20 rupees in Spectacle Rock Cave, so we're just going to save and quit. Okay, Ed's starting back at the house.
And
Oh,
Bombos.
that looks like heading towards escape.
we have Bombos in the second chest of Eastern Palace. Again, useful, but we don't know.
Yeah, it might be required for Ice Palace. Could be required for either Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. And yeah, we have not seen any of South Shore yet. So, so the standard, neither one wants to take the standard route, which is fine.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
We see bombs in the next chest, so ideally for Nabs, he'll get the last item here in the big chest and can just leave.
I've also seen runners gamble that the last item is on Armos themselves and just skip the big key chest altogether. But Nabs is not one to do that, especially early on in the seed, it seems.
Yeah, especially since I believe, since we do think this is a pendant dungeon. If he finds the last item here, then he doesn't have to come back here unless Ped becomes a thing.
That's also.
Okay, 100 rupees on Ed's side.
More money. And Nabs is through that dark room.
Yeah, it's another pretty easy to navigate dark room. But this check will not be in logic.
It is gonna opt to go and kill all the enemies. Pretty low on health, that's fair.
And blue mail in Zelda's cell, which is a really nice luxury item. Not exactly what he's looking for. Unfortunately, just a compass in the big key chest. So it looks like Nabs is going to go ahead and finish this dungeon out.
And looks like Dark Cross was that last key.
Which is nice, because Ed will not have to go back there.
And here we go, finally our first South Shore play. Ed goes down to the dam.
Yeah, I find this is actually one of the more difficult dark rooms, especially with just the fighter sword, since you can kill the I'm blanking on the term. The enemies there. Thank you. With a better sword. Fighter sword not really up to it. So you want to use the bow here.
Yeah, and if that room can kind of get away from you if you don't get the Igor right away. So sometimes it's better just to leave and come back at times, I find.
Absolutely. Well, the nice thing is there's a fairy pot right next to there, so you can go ahead and jump down the fairy pot and get a refill and just get a nice fresh start.
That's true.
And there's the lamp.
So everything is now in logic that they've been doing.
So the question then becomes, are we going to find another sword or cape for Aga axes first, or are we going to find a hammer or another glove for regular Dark Gold axe? Of course, we haven't seen a Moon Pearl yet, so that one does need to show up either way.
And Ed's farming up some money. So for chat, the last item in Dark Cross was a key.
I didn't see the item on Armos Knights.
It was nothing important.
Yeah, well, okay. So the bombos being the one thing that might be useful out of there. And by might be useful, it will either be required or not be required, depending on our pendant dungeons, depending on whether we need to go into Misery Mire and TR. If those are the requirements. And of course, could be for Ice Palace. Oh, there's that Moon Pearl. And there's a Master Sword.
And a cane. Blue cane this time. And a piece of heart. So Aga is officially in logic for Dark World access. But we are also only a hammer away from Dark World access now as well.
Yeah, this is one of those situations I would tend to go Aga sooner rather than later. I'm not a fan of full clearing Eastern, especially with that being a pendant before doing so. What we know at this point, we have Agina's Cave, we have the Ice Rod Cave, which we're about to see. And that's about it. I mean, we could fake flip for Zora. That is actually in logic, yeah. The Zora play is in logic because we have myths, or gloves.
And an easy way to make money with the stun prize, at least, If those crabs wanted to get hit, that is.
Well, plus the bush crab, yeah, has also 20 rupees. We have a lot of rupees available to get us up to the 500 required.
That's true. And 20 more in Mini Moldworm or Ice Rod Cave.
And Ed not immediately saving Quentin tells me he's going to do some fake flippers checks, probably including the Zora check, which you technically don't need to do fake flippers, just tends to be faster.
Yeah, the portal there is much faster than walking all the way past the witch's hut, so.
Yep. Okay, setting up for that fake flipper.
And gets it. Meanwhile, Nabs picks up that blue cane and the second sword.
Okay, I'm highly amused at the way that tile swims.
Oh, I know. And nothing unlike Hylia Island, so we won't ever be coming back to that.
Container heart would be nice, but definitely not worth the time. Just rupees at the hobo.
Yep. Very giving today, our NPCs.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nabs not anywhere close to that Zora money.
Oh no, yeah, only down at 83. And is gonna save and quit out.
So if Zora's even if there's just anything really over in Zora's area, that's gonna be huge because he's probably waiting to go there until he has the money for it. Since the only actual in-logic check is Zora itself.
Yep, and it looks like Nabs is gonna go to escape.
Yep, he could gamble and go straight to Aga from the escape. Having already done Eastern, he's seen more.
That's true.
Always more the in-logic. Well, I guess the Death Mountain stuff is now in logic with that lamp.
And 20 rupees and 20 more rupees.
How many? We've seen a lot of 20 rupees.
That's true, we have. And also, welcome SpeedGaming 2 with a rating party of 92. Welcome into another league race, playoff race here between eddaump and Nabs. We're just barely in, and hopefully we've seen a pretty good race so far, and hopefully it continues this way.
Ed taking advantage of that water walk from the waterfall ferry there. And Zora has for us a tempered sword. Well, that'll make the Aga play easy.
Yep, that's very worth it.
So at this point, I do believe the only thing left is Agina. That's a hell of a gamble to go all the way over there. Whereas you can have Dark World access just by straight going to Aga. And that bow, like I said earlier, he's going to go Eastern first, though. Unfortunately, he doesn't know the Eastern. I wouldn't say has nothing. I mean, he probably needs that cane. He might need that Bombos, but it's not going to get him to the Dark World.
So for chat, we've already been up to DM and checked everything that we can get so far. We can't access anything else. So.
Nobody's checked Sick Kid to answer that.
That's true. Sick Kid is a thing, but that's another out-of-the-way location.
So far out of the way, and it might not get you anything.
And Nabs is setting up getting Death Warp here, so, oh, no, maybe?
He's thinking about it?
Alright, okay. He's making the play.
Yeah, and of course, he hasn't been up to the mountain, so he hasn't checked everything either.
And I think this makes the most sense with, I think, only about 4 locations left for Nabs. 5 if you include Zora.
Unfortunately, he does have only the Master Sword. Not that a Master Sword is bad, but that Tempered Sword just makes this climb so much easier. And if you ever have a Gold Sword to go through this, then it's pretty much a joke.
With arrows, it's not as hard.
Oh no, I mean it's vanilla essentially from his item standpoint. The game didn't intend to make it easy, but when you have those higher level swords, it just becomes pretty easy.
And
so
it does.
Yeah, so Ed probably gonna have a faster Aga Tower climb. Assuming he doesn't check those other locations and assuming that we don't find a hammer or a glove in one of those places.
Yeah, it's at the point it's looking pretty likely that the hammer's just in pod or another glove's in pod and that's your
Yeah.
logical access.
Yeah, and that bow, like I said, that bow so often means something good in pod anyway. So they have the bow. So I would just beeline it over to pod when I got through this.
Yeah. So Ed will have to pick up some more money because 87 is not enough to pay Kiki off.
Yeah, hopefully he grabs the money in the little. There's a room when you
Oh,
go to
yep.
the dark room. You can go a little bit to the go to the one on the right. Hopefully he remembers that's full of rupees that he can pick up. Otherwise, he'll be doing some getting some stun prizes.
That's true, yeah. And Nabs is making pretty short work of this climb. Oh, misses that arrow though. Does not get the friendly RNG for this red guard, though.
Yeah, there's a couple heart pots here that you might want to take. His health a little bit low. And as easy as this dark room is, it is going to save a little bit of time not having to go through the dark.
Yep. Alright, and Nabs is right up to Aghanim. So how many blue balls do you think we'll see today?
Let's call it 3. It always seems to be 3.
Yeah, it's right around there. I'll go 8. Just for the
That's
fun of
mean.
it. I know.
Now, to be fair, as you all know, the blue balls will be the same on both runners' sides. So
Yeah.
if it's either going to be good to both runners or cruel to both runners.
We've got a couple 15s in chat. I've never seen it other than in Twitch clips, so.
Yeah, apparently it's happened twice in RNG, sorry, not R, NMG runs, to the same person.
Yep. And we've already gotten 2 so far, so 15 isn't off the menu yet. And it is with that. It's a guaranteed. Oh, and Ed missing an arrow on the Igor.
Alright, he's now gonna head into the Armos Night, and we do. Let's see what's on the pyramid. So what do we end up with? 2?
Yes, only 2. And on the pyramid we have more money. Hey, what do you know?
Well, that'll be good for Ed if he doesn't, since he didn't actually farm those rupees.
And we have pendants at Pod and Ice Palace today. I did not see what the 2 red crystals were though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the game, good old pendant pod, but you don't really have a whole lot of options here. Pretty much, you go to pendant pod or you go to catfish. So.
Oh. Alright, and it looks like Swamp and TR are our 2 red pendants, or red crystals. That actually takes a lot out for Pyramid Fairy, unfortunately.
It really does, because the
TR
requirements.
just needs so much, yeah.
Well, and
so
swamp
does Swamp,
too. Yeah. Between the 2 of them.
Because that takes off Hook Shot, Ice Rod, Fire Rod, Hammer. Well, Hammer mostly, but then
Flippers.
Flippers,
Mirror.
Mitts, Mirror. That's basically all the items in the game right there.
Okay, we are going to get a sick kid check. Ed really doesn't want to go to Aga. Will this pay off?
Nope.
Nope. He's got one more choice before heading over to Aga. He could check Agina's cave.
going to his house. All right. Now
which
go
way he
north
goes?
or south. Yep. He's going south.
He's going for Gina.
All right,
Meanwhile, we do see a not immediately bow-locked pod.
Yep. So I would probably do what Ed is doing, because I do not like doing AGA. So I would clear out the entire light world.
Nice. I'd be doing what Nabs is doing. Although I wouldn't have even gone to Eastern. I would have beelined AGA pretty quickly, especially with Eastern being that pendant. But we're gonna find out in just a second which one of these two is right, which one of us is right.
Yep.
And we're still not bow locked over at pod.
Getting a bunch of keys. All right, and Agina, we have powder, so yeah, we are locked.
Well, no, yeah, because you can't get to the powder check without the hammer, so it is required Agaseed. Powder, if you're gonna get a fetch quest, though, that's the one to get, because at least it has other good uses.
Yeah, you can powder some anti-fairies and get some health back.
Yeah, Zora has been checked. It was the tempered sword for Ed. And Ed, coming to the realization, yep, gotta do it.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but it's just one of those seeds.
Okay, now we're Bollock. We're gonna do the Bollock side.
Alright, and in the Bullock side, we have another key. And
I think these are good. Both have to be keys.
yep, another key. What do you know? Bollock Pod has keys.
Okay, and Nab's gonna go ahead and take a death warp.
Yep, no mirror, just faster this way. No mirror, no hammer, I should say.
But if you're following the bow here, I tend to like to see it be bow locked because you just feel like there's just more likely going to be something here.
That's true.
Not going to be able to finish this off because we do not have, unless we find the hammer. It is a pendant dungeon, so ideally you don't ever have to finish this off. And not even a green pendant.
Yeah,
green pendants and ice.
Is at least bombing the wall open. Maybe we'll go for a hammer jump, don't know yet.
Gotta farm up some of these rupees. Nab's having not checked Zora yet, so he wants to have the money ready for when he decides to do it.
More money. What do you know? Does it look more and more we check these chests, looking like catfish might be the answer.
That's the other thing on the table when we got here.
There's the big key. Just 3 chests left.
Meanwhile, Ed gonna head into his Aga fight.
There's the hammer.
Now, do you finish the dungeon?
I mean, you've already gotten 1 pendant, right?
I think it depends. Yeah, he's checking to see if he's missing the map. So if this is the map, then maybe you go ahead and do it. If it's not the map, if it's the other item, then no. It's the other item. No.
Nah. I might have stayed in the dark world though. Well, I mean, the save and quit will.
Yeah,
no
he could. This is faster. Yeah, no mirror. It's probably still faster to just walk to the dark world portal to go to Catfish, or he could just go to Hype Cave. That's probably better.
That's a lot more checks there. Alright, coming up with Hype Cave, or at least what used to be Hype Cave.
Oh, I still call it Hype Cave because hype is that thing that doesn't always live up to itself. I don't care what it is.
That's fair. And
Half magic. Okay, so even I mean that's not the best thing in the world, but it's definitely a nice luxury. A bottle, piece of heart, rupees, piece of heart. I could give that a solid 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Extra potion, you know, is nice. Extra bottle for potions if you need it. Half magic is always useful. I don't think you'd ever turn that down.
I give
Not
it a
the
solid
progression.
1/2 multiplied by 10.
There you go. Not the progression we're looking for, but not stuff you hate to get either.
And Ed is unfortunately going up to Catfish first.
Could still be something there.
That's true. And that's pretty well orphaned for Nabs then. Unless I just had to route Zora after getting the mirror that way. But the fire rod on Stumpy.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
No,
Skull
he can
Woods,
do
anybody?
Skull Woods. Yep, could do Skull Woods. Ed taking a lot of damage in this area.
Those shooters taking a bite out of him. Oh.
Yeah, he just needs to see the item here. Oh, and a one dig flipper.
That's nice. And on Catfish, we have more money. Yep, gonna save and quit.
And Ed's checked everything else, so he's gonna have to go over to Pod. There's nothing else for him to look at. Nabs has choices. He looks like he's gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna guess, head over to Village of Outcasts.
Are we gonna clear out that Skull Woods and then go south from there?
Yeah, with that fire rod, he's got a bottle for extra safety. He's got that half magic if he wants to use the fire rod to kill Mothula, and of course you need the fire rod just to get in.
Yep.
And it is a crystal, so always be clearing crystal dungeons. Unfortunately for Ed, does not have that option.
And in fact, the right option for him is to go to Pod, dependent, so.
Yep, and he'll eventually pick up that hammer. Unfortunately, the hammer was pretty late.
Yeah, it's all the way back in the dark maze. Alright, let's see where he goes. Yep, Skull Woods.
Yeah, I like this choice. Crystal dungeon you can full clear.
And with Fire Rod, you can also route it in back to front, which is nice as well.
We'll see if he chooses to do that. A lot of runners will check the middle chest first, since it's basically on the way.
Yeah, and with the red can, you just put it down on the block, so it's not even that slow. And if this is a key, you have an extra key. You have to kill the Gibdo if you don't want to.
And it is a key.
There we go. And take the express ride on the Wallmaster train back.
But yeah, so far I like this routing from Nabs. Gonna go ahead and is gonna route it back to front. Ideally, he gets both items before even having to even touch the front part.
Yes. Yeah, both items back here would be really nice for our runners.
Now, when Ed gets here, he's going to have a slightly easier Mothula fight since he does have that tempered sword. It might be a while before Nabs gets to Zora, or he might never get there. He might have to pick up his tempered sword elsewhere or go with just Master Sword.
Yeah, seeing as there was nothing really that required on there, he could find progression other places and just never go there. Oh, it slid behind. Is he gonna opt to kill that Gibdo to get the key?
Yeah, I do like that choice when he goes back into the front area. He has more options for routing there. Now that that pinball room is not a guaranteed key, falling down the hole is not really a great option because you can soft lock yourself down there.
That's true. And without a mirror, it can be faster if you have a guaranteed key to open that door.
Yep. A little surprised he doesn't pull out a fire rod here to try and fight Mothula. You got half magic, but does manage to finish him off.
And pretty quickly, too, so...
And a big key. Okay, I like the look on Homer's face when he gets a crystal. That is really fun.
Hit it.
Okay, gonna check this bridge chest now.
And Ed takes his death warp. After Bolok Pod, we'll be getting that hammer soon now. As Nabs sets up a death warp with the Gipto.
And another key. Skullwood's full of keys.
Yep, so far we've just seen small keys and big keys, no items.
Yeah, all the items are going to be in the front, but one of those items could be in the big chest. So at least he saves time there, and not having to double dip that area if that's the case. Okay, what are we going to check first here? Oh, okay, he's going to go do this chest first. Looks like he's about to do the bomb jump to the big chest. Another key. I think that's all the keys now.
Yes, I do believe so, because we don't have the map or compass yet either.
300. Okay, now he's got Zora money.
Yep. And Ed's about to pick up his hammer, grabs it. Ed's been a lot more thorough in routing with Light World and Dark World even so far, so do you think they go and kill the helmet?
There's no item there. I wouldn't. He might. But I think the thorough routing was more a response to not wanting to get to Aga. So yeah, I'm not surprised he just goes ahead and saves and quits. If it was a green pendant, then maybe not. And we did see an ether medallion over in the last check of swamp on Nabs' side.
Okay, and just a piece of heart on Upper Ledge, so won't be seeing that either.
Okay, Ed gonna head straight on over to Hype Cave. He'll like that choice. At least he'll get that half magic, I should say. Like we said, a decent Hype Cave, but nothing progression.
I think what you like better about this route is getting that fire rod and those flippers.
Yep. If he continues to go that direction, and there's no reason he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's already done catfish and pods,
Exactly.
so there's no need to go north.
Okay, so far, Village Outcast, I think it was 5 rupees in that first check. Let's see if he goes right into Thieves' Town. Nope, he's just going to open the door. And just bombs the chess game.
But a full refund, which is nice.
Yep. Full refund on then, so I think the chess game is like 20 rupees?
You're right, yep. So the first check was that little bit better.
Okay, so we do get the Thieves' Town play. I don't think he's checked the bombable hut, so we'll do that afterwards. Gets a heart container.
And Ed picks up their fire rod.
Small shield. Nab's down to 2 hearts here. He's gonna have to be careful.
Yeah,
and he doesn't. Yeah, this is where not having the powder. Ed has that powder when he comes over here. He'll be able to get through, get any kind of refill whenever he wants. Big key, which of course we have to have there.
Nabs does have that red potion, and also the Cane of Samaria. So,
Yep.
or no, the Cane of Burna for safety in case for the Hellway.
Yeah, he might need to use that red potion sooner than he might like. The Cane of Samaria also can be really nice if he gets into trouble with the blind fight.
Oh, that's true. Just set
Cane of
on
Burna.
box. Both, really.
Yeah, that's true. The Cane of Samaria isn't bad either. You're right, but a little easier to just stay on script if you can. But if you get off script, either one of those would help. Although I would expect he would use Burna, just waste blind that way.
With half magic, you can just kill Burna without having to turn it off. Kill blind with Burna.
Yeah.
Alright,
it looks like he's
on the Hellway. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he's following in the same path that Nabs already did. He'll have it a little safer. He's got that tempered sword. He's got that powder if he needs it.
And Nabs gets through that Hellway with just a heart and a half of damage, so not bad.
Unfortunately, it leaves him only with a heart and a half of health, so he's still got to be careful. These crickets on blue mail will do 1 full heart of damage.
I've taken careful measures to run around a little bit. So for chat, Ed did not skip magic back. Can't check it just yet because no hammer at the time. Because the hammer was in pod.
Yeah, he can check it now, but probably not gonna check it for a little bit. Although I might have checked it before going into the dark world. Of course, it's one of those things I might intend to do and then just completely forget to do.
That's true. Could route it in with maybe Smiths after get the mitts, but
yep. It's like Ed is also going to do Skull Woods from the back first.
And most times it saves time. Unfortunately for today, the back is just filled with keys.
Okay, another small key, gonna be able to check the big chest. Thankfully, we do have the hammer. A whole lot of hearts dropped there for Nabs to get a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, I find that room is very useful in picking up hearts for blind. And
a fire shield.
Yep. Okay. So shields and thieves sound today. And that fire shield is nice before blind, just because the blind's fireballs can be a little annoying.
Yeah, that's actually one of the best spots to have a good shield, because the shield will protect you against those fireballs.
Coming up is going to pull out that Cane of Burna for safety.
I guess he's going to try and stay on script for as long as possible, and if he gets off script, then you turn on that cane.
And we have simultaneous boss fights here, as Ed is on Mothula. And Nabs gets blind down as simultaneous as Ed finishes off Moth. And Nabs picks up their second crystal as Ed picks up their first crystal at 43 minutes in.
Okay, let's see where he goes next. Gonna go to the bombable hut first.
Yeah, after this, where do you go?
Try to
Look, there you go.
There you go. Go to desert. Guess we're going to desert, because not a whole lot of other choices here. Now, Nabs still has the Death Mountain area to do.
Oh,
and the
I
Zora
like that
area.
bunny spray. A key for the tile.
Missed it. Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, we'll see it again later. There's a few other places we're guaranteed to get bunnied. Looks like, let's see, is Nabs going to go check Death Mountain first?
Looks like it.
Looks like Nabs is going to go check Death Mountain first. Looks like, let's see, is Nabs going to go check Death Mountain first? Looks like, let's see, is Nabs going to go check Death Mountain first?
unfortunately will not get anything for it, but that's a little bit of time that Ed will get back.
Yep. Yeah, right now, Ed, I mean, Ed having done all those extra checks before Aga, if Nabs could avoid some of those extra checks, that would help him a lot. He will probably check Agina's cave on his way to desert, so he's going to gain time there. And of course, then there's the Zora area where, I mean, the Zora he would pick up that tempered sword, but he would be giving that time back to Ed.
That's true.
And there could be another sword elsewhere that'll even things out there. So the best thing that could happen for Ed is Nabs decides to do desert last of all these choices that he has right now.
And Ed picks up that ether. Did not check the big chest first, so he's going to check everything else.
Yeah, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. Going to lose a little bit of time here.
But does have plenty of keys that the dungeon gave him, so we'll be able to open this door as well.
And unfortunately, without either a hookshot or a mirror, Nabs can't go any further in Death Mountain. So let's see if he goes to Desert or if he goes to Zora. I believe those are his choices right now.
I think Zora is a bit faster because you can just walk right from Link's house.
And we do have flippers now, so that makes it a little more of an incentive. So you might want to follow those flippers before going to Desert. I would prefer to see Desert just because it is a dungeon, it is a crystal. We do need to do it at some point. But at least this will get him his tempered sword, and that will be useful.
Yep. So another thing that might stop them from going to Desert right away is those boots, because you don't know if Desert is boots locked.
That's true. Also, I'd really like to see that powder check from Ed's side, because I wonder if that's something important that could be pretty big if Nabs forgets or chooses not to go to Agina when he goes over to Desert.
Yes, that could be. But not a lot of runners skip Agina after doing Desert, so unless they're in go mode.
Yeah, pretty standard to check it out. Looks like Ed's gonna also go into Thieves Town right after this. Gonna check the bombable hut. Get his book, and then head on over to Thieves. Or gonna do the chess game first, okay. Let's do all the Village of Outcasts checks before going into Thieves Town. A lot of runners will do that. It's a little more efficient if you do kind of do them more in order, but not a huge difference.
Yeah. And Nab's about to go pick up that tempered sword. Not that they know it yet, but...
And then hopefully, I at that point, I think Desert is the only thing left to him. So we'll see the Desert checks.
Yeah. Unless for some reason he decides to go Sick Kid first, but that's...
Oh, right, he hasn't done that yet.
That'd be out of left field. No, looks like it's Desert.
Yep, he's gonna head over to Desert. We'll get his powder on the way, most likely. You can see that this section of the overworld a little more difficult after you've killed Agina, as we have more of those birds and red guards.
Yep, those murderodactyls double in a lot of locations, so... is actually going to go to Gina first before going into desert here.
Yeah, a lot of runners will do this second. Of course, he's hoping that he'll be able to just finish. He'll actually be able to full clear desert and just leave at that point. Picks up the powder. That progression may very well be on the powder, but again, desert, crystal dungeon, makes sense to just go ahead and see if you can clear it at least.
Yep. And if you can, at least you have the knowledge about it. And
And there's
the
the
mirror.
mirror. So
There's
still
our
might not
progression.
be. Yeah, the progressions on the being on the desert ledge means we may still not be able to clear this dungeon.
We will find out presently.
Okay, let's see what's in this first chest.
Bombs. We
And
are locked.
we are boots locked.
Honestly, I don't mind this because that means I'll definitely find the boots and the seeds. So I'd take that.
Yep, absolutely.
Plus, with Misery Mire being a crystal, that means you're going to find the flute. So it's not going to be that hard to get to here.
Yeah, ideally you'll want to be able to pair desert with Misery Mire anyway. So hopefully they get a chance to find that flute before they have to go back to desert. And the mitts, flute and mitts.
Yep.
And now I guess, yeah, I guess we're going back to Death Mountain because there's not a whole lot of other. Well, I guess there's never mind. There's other checks we can do. We can check.
Swamp.
Oh God, swamp is
Drop
open
4.
now. Swamp is open. Can't do the whole thing. No hook shot, but
yeah. So you have just the front and left side.
yep. Probably not going to see that, but you do have things like K45. You have Bombos Tablet. You have Graveyard Ledge. Always a pain when you've already done the checks in those areas without the mirror, and then you have to go back with the mirror. I do like the choice to do Hera first. Again, another crystal dungeon. And he can route this over to Paradox Cave after he's done, now that he has the hammer.
Yep. And could also possibly route in Spike Cave, but that's another.
All right, and Ed finishing up his Thieves Town, his blind fight. And gonna go ahead and save and quit. And he should follow the boots right away. Sorry, the book right away, because I think he's checked everything else already.
Well, there's our flute sitting on the
Nice.
ether tablet.
Yeah, things are starting to open up a little bit more now. I'm still looking for those mitts. Going to need an ice rod. And
Are you
gonna need
sure
boots.
Ed is heading to the desert with the book?
No, because that's not where he's going right now. What has he not checked?
Oh, powder.
Oh, good call. Okay, I want to see this powder check anyway, so we'll get to see it now.
No need for the basement of Hera yet so far.
Okay, so that shield is already bigger than that tile almost.
It is. Alright, and on the powder today is not progression.
Nothing we need. Okay, Nabs gonna choose not to do the bomb jump over to the big chest, so he'll fall down the vanilla way. Actually, I shouldn't even say vanilla, I should say the casual way.
Yep, vanilla way would be the bomb jump.
The bomb jump with the boots.
All for a small key.
Yeah, I didn't see if the first location in the basement was an item or not. That could mean We now have a much more likelier shot that he'll have to go back in to the tower area.
And our tracker, who's been doing wonderful so far, informing us that just a big 20.
Okay, so 50-50 shot that he won't have to go down to the basement.
And on Moldorm today, which went down real quick, is the ice
rod. Okay, not gonna have an ice rod hunt. That is good.
That is very true. And also meaning that basement, tower and basement, is useless today.
Yep, don't need to go there. Even better. And we are going to see Paradox Cave. Yeah, at this point, the seed is being extremely linear, which is really bad for Ed, because he's just got he managed to get a little bit behind because he went all over the place, not wanting to do Aga. And when Nabs went and did some of those locations, he was able to do them a lot quicker.
Yep. And we had Quake on the mountain, so that's all 3 medallions. At least knowledge of all 3 medallions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since the medallion uses are behind the mitts anyway, I'm not gonna have to worry about finding them.
Yep. Alright, and Nabs is now gonna head up the mountain with that mirror. Meanwhile, in the bottom section of Paradox Cave, we have 50 rupees and 20 rupees. More money, what do you know?
Yeah, more money. 70 rupees altogether. At this point, we don't really need a whole lot of money, unless the runners want to buy potions.
Or hey, they could want some bomb upgrades or arrow upgrades, right?
Yeah, they could.
20 rupees, red nail, hook
there
shot.
There it is, the hook shot. That's progression.
3 bombs, and a shovel.
Okay, so that fully opens up Swamp Palace, and we still don't have mitts. And we are at a mitts and boots go mode. I don't count the Quake because we know where it is, and once we have mitts, we can get to it.
Yep.
And we don't know if we're even going to need it.
Honestly, mitts go mode is the best type of go mode, just because it really blocks so much of the game that it funnels you right to it.
Yeah, so ideally, the runners are going to want to find boots before they find mitts, but this seed continues to be very, very linear.
That it does. So if I were to say, my next guess would be either boots or the mitts in swamp.
Yep. A lot more places that the mitts close off. The boots only closing off the desert area. The rest of Desert Palace, since we are boots locked there, and of course the King's Tomb and the Bonk Rocks.
Yep. Oh no! Ed accidentally mirrored because he hadn't switched off the mirror just yet.
Yeah, I've done that before. That does not feel good.
At least he was really close. He wasn't up the tower a bit more.
Okay, Nav's taking this opportunity to check the sick kid. Just gets that piece of heart. And you see how he was able to route that in. Whereas Ed, when he checked the sick kid, he went out of his way just to do that one check. It took a lot of time. In the end, the difference in this game at the moment is Nab's willingness to just go ahead and just do that Aga play. Ed wanting to check everything available, wanting to avoid that Aga play for as long as he could. Just the inefficiency of the routing because of it just is really hurting him right now. He really needs to have an opportunity to make a different decision than Nabs, but the seed just continues to be really linear. And until there's a chance for them to make a different decision, this is going to continue to stay this way, I think.
Yeah, great. Same with his powder, because Nabs routed in while Ed specifically came out here for the powder. Oh, and gets troll dormed.
Ooh.
At least it wasn't the middle hole.
He'll go up and he'll try again. I mean, it looks like Nabs is going to make the swamp play.
Oh no!
Ugh.
That's unfortunate.
And of course, I will point out with our last two items for go mode being boots and mitts. Another reason why you want to find the mitts, the boots first is chat's favorite possibility. Those boots could still be on ped. Mitts cannot.
This troll dorm is not being very nice to Ed at all today.
No, not at all. So far, Troll Dorm 2, Ed nothing.
3 actually.
Oh, I missed one. Okay, let's go, Ed. You got this.
You got it. There we go.
There we go.
And Raid Slash is incoming. Or that ice rod. Alright, and Nabs has opened up Swamp and is heading in. So in this situation, do you do left side? You're looking for 2 items.
I do it after I kill Argus.
That's fair.
The compass first makes it a little bit more enticing to go ahead and do it sooner.
Yeah, because you know there's at least 1 item over there now.
Yep. But you hope to find it on path. You hope to find whichever one you're looking for on path, and so that you don't have to go to the left side. If I find one of the items, I probably follow it rather than go ahead and dip back in.
But let's say you find boots. That really only opens up desert and 2 other boots locations.
Yeah, that's a harder choice. I think it depends on whether there's 1 item over there or 2. Also depends on whether I've got the big key yet.
That's true.
One of the worst feelings is when you have like 1 item plus big key left to go into for, and then the big key ends up being over on the left side, then you have to come back to the big chest.
That it is. Alright, and Nabs is gonna go ahead and check the south chest. While Ed's about to go get their progression up in Paradox Cave. So Windfox, we know where Quake is. It's sitting up on Floating Island, so they can grab it if they need it.
Yeah, if once they have the mitts, they'll have access to it, and they need the mitts to get to both the dungeons anyway. It would be a bit of a pain if Meyer ends up being Quake and you don't have the Quake down yet, but definitely can get it. Oh, we haven't seen the shovel check, have we?
No, not yet.
Okay, Ed's got that shovel. See if I bet he checks that shovel before heading into Swamp Palace. He's been doing a lot of those little one-off checks.
And Nabs is gonna go for Diver Down here, and is gonna do right side or left side first.
Did he set it up with the bomb, or is he just gonna do it to get the key?
I think he's doing it for the key.
Okay, because there is a, I don't know how to do it. I've only seen it done once by Andy, but there is a really nice setup where you can lay a bomb.
Oh,
yeah,
I
guess he did do
bomb.
it. Yeah, where you lay the bomb and it hits the switch while you're in there, and it saves a ton of time.
Yeah, that's really cool. I did not know about that. Guess you gotta time the bomb explosion with your exit, maybe?
Yeah, I don't fully know how it works. Like I said, I've seen it done once.
And it looks like Ed is gonna head into Spike Cave.
Okay, that's another location we haven't seen. One of these one-off checks really needs to pay off for Ed. Oh, and silvers.
That's nice, but you already have tempered. I'm not gonna complain, but I'm not sure if doing left side was worth it. But mitts, never
now
mind.
It was. Now it is.
Now it absolutely is. And after getting those mitts, now I'm lamenting that Desert is boots locked rather than not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, what Ed really needs right now is for those boots to be in a really bad location that he happens to get to before Nabs. Right now, this is not looking good for him.
Yeah, and mitts just opens up so much of the world.
Yeah, like we said, finding the boots first would be so much better. And we're going to see another diver down, the more traditional, the one we see more often.
Yep. And gets that one first try as well. And there's that big key.
Okay, so do you go back and check the big chest now? Because I believe the other one was the map.
Maybe.
I mean, it's a little easier to come back in for one item if you know it's in the big chest, I think. But let's see if we'll see what he just chooses to do.
That's true.
But it's definitely one of those. Yeah, I mean, based on the fact that had he gone to the back first, get both map, compass, and big key, then you're highly incentivized to go back in because that's going to be 3 items for you. So not
Actually,
likely that.
the map has not been found yet, so it could be on Argus or in that
I
big
thought the
chest.
map was in the other chest in the diver down chest.
He just menued and no map was on there, so.
Okay, gotcha. So I saw that wrong then. Still 2 items. Definitely more incentivized to go back in than for 1.
True.
So if Ed decides to go to the back first, much more likely that he goes back in. Although if there aren't boots here, he's probably not gonna have much of a choice. Still not seeing that dig spot though.
And 1 silver arrow to the cranium, and Argus is down. For that map, so the last item is in the big chest.
Okay, so let's see. Does he go back in?
Nabs just pulled out the mirror. I doubt he's going back in.
Okay, not going back in.
And Ed is actually going to go check out Bombo's tablet first.
Oh right, we haven't seen this one yet either.
Quite a lot more thorough with his routing than Nabs has been today.
Yeah, okay, no, he is going back in. Okay.
Oh.
He's got the mirror. I guess he's got the mirror ready to mirror out when he gets to the big chest. Nah, just some rupees.
Yep. Alright, and then now Ed is going to head into Swamp. Big chest is 20 rupees.
Okay, so now what do you do next if you're Nabs? You've got a few choices. You've got go up to the mountain, do Turtle Rock, and do the Dark Death Mountains checks. You could go to Mire and check that out.
I think
could.
Misery Myers will be my play.
Probably not going to dip ice. He could. That would be one of those plays if you really felt like you were behind. Right now, he's going to check Bombo's tablet. And he won't find what he's looking for here. The nice thing about checking Misery Mire right now, if it does turn out to be Quake, you can then go back up the mountain. On the other hand, there's so many items over in the Turtle Rock area.
Yeah.
And he is going to do Mire, so we'll see what's there first.
Dark Death Mountain would be a pretty lucrative play, so. Alright. And on Mire today, after we kill this Dactyl, is Bombos.
Okay. So we'll only need to get that Quake medallion if it's for Turtle Rock, and then we're right there, so it doesn't matter.
Perfect. And in the shed, 20 rupees. And 10 arrows.
The other disadvantage here is if we don't find boots in this area, he will have to come back here for desert later.
That's true, but with mitts and mirror, it's not really that bad.
No, it's not.
And you'll have boots by then as well, so.
Right now, the worst place for Nabs for the boots to be would be that Smith chain. I do expect he will go to Death Mountain and do that stuff, the Dark Death Mountain and the Turtle Rock play before that. Ed, on the other hand, maybe it might benefit him if he managed to hit upon the boots in a place like that first. He really needs those boots to be in a bad spot that he happens to get to first.
Yeah, I think the worst location for the boots to be would be Graveyard Ledge, though.
Yeah, that would be a bad one. Or Ice Palace.
Or Ice Palace. But
Yeah, I think
the
those are both bad.
problem with Graveyard Ledge is people like to do that with the boots.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
With how linear this seed has been so far, I don't think that's going to be the case.
You know, seed can change on us, and of course, there is always that possibility of Ped.
That's true. And Ed is going to go do left side first, so we'll be getting those myths presently, and is doing Diver down, so we'll have to because flooded the key, so. And is doing the bomb setup.
Yep. Yeah, I would really kill these enemies first.
Having a little bit more trouble than Nabs did, but alright,
okay, there he goes.
And the bomb setup works perfectly as well.
Meanwhile, Nab's going to check the compass chest in Meyer and gets the big key. Let's see if he chooses to key. Yeah, that's a fine place for the big key. Still wants to see if there's other items. Decides not to do cutscene chest right away.
And you can't really blame him either. And Ed picks up their silvers. And in a moment, mitts. So, do you do cutscene chest before you kill Vitreous, or kill Vitreous and come back in if the last item wasn't there?
I might have actually done it already. It really depends on what I've already picked up. Let's see, we got rupees there. Yeah, I think I'd gamble on Vidi, and maybe even skip going back in if it's just the one item.
Yeah, that's because it says so long to get back to, right?
Yep. I mean, it's kind of a bad last location, but at least if it is your last location, you'll be right on top of desert anyway, I suppose.
That's true.
Okay, Ed also not going to go back to check that big chest right away. We'll see if he goes back in for it. Okay, Nabs did not set up spooky action, it looks like, so gonna go ahead and just do this the vanilla way. Or the old-fashioned way, I should say.
I don't think it's even possible without the boots, right? Because you need to kick up the dust in order to keep the spooky alive.
Well, I know a lot of the setups do involve the boots. I don't know if they all involve the boots. I am not the spooky action expert by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, yeah, neither am I, so. Oh, there is a way to do bootsless spooky.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but I don't know how to do it the regular way, so.
Yep. Alright, and with these silver arrows, Vidi should be a very quick kill. And same for Argus on Ed's side. And down goes Vidi and Argus.
And we do
Bringing
see a
Nabs.
map.
Oh, yes, the last item is in the cutscene chest, I believe. And Ed's going back in for the big chest. See what Nabs does. Gonna leave.
Okay. He's gonna probably check checkerboard cave first, though.
Yeah, it's a quick check. Boots are here, you're done. You're go mode, so.
Yep. And if they're not, you can just flute away once you get out of the cave. Just a
But it's
bottle.
just a bottle, yep. And you already have 2 bottles, so you're probably not picking up another one.
No.
And Death Mountain it is.
Yeah, I like to call to go here first before doing the smith chain. We have 2 items in Super Bunny, 4 items in Hookshot Cave, 6 items in Turtle Rock if we include Mimic Cave. Nabs, I don't believe, has seen Spike Cave.
Nope. So there's a lot more items up here for them.
Yep.
Or potential items.
And Ed continuing to follow in Nabs' footsteps.
And chat bringing up a good point. Boots on Laser Bridge. I've seen that often.
That is a thing that can happen. It would not surprise me one bit. I mean, and to be fair, like in Turtle Rock, most of the items are kind of concentrated down in Laser Bridge. It's not unusual to find all your items down there, or 4 of them, I guess. Usually at least 1 small key, but and there's that quake. Now we do need the quake.
So I gotta reopen that portal.
Okay, Nab's gonna go ahead and do these. I wonder if he was gonna go right in if it hadn't been quake, but now that it is, he's gonna go do these checks first.
Yeah, I think you go right in because it's a clear still you got to clear anyways.
Yep. You can avoid all these checks if you already have the medallion. Well, Super Bunny Cave, nothing in there.
So remember how I said there's probably nothing in Pyramid Fairy like about an hour ago?
Yeah,
well, those boots could absolutely be there.
Those boots could absolutely be in Pyramid Fairy.
It's like the one item that wasn't locked by Tower Rock or Swamp.
And a gold sword.
That's nice. Can do quick kill on or 0 phase Tower Rock. And Ed actually skipped Meyer. I just realized that.
Yeah, he didn't actually go in, did he?
That's a really good play for him.
Yeah, this could save him a ton of time if we find the boots up here. And that gold sword, this is a good time to find that gold sword because, yeah, we do have a Trinex fight coming up pretty soon, and that is one of those places where you save a ton of time having this gold sword as opposed to the tempered. And Ed also going to get that gold sword in just a second.
Yep.
We'll see if he also does Super Bunny.
And back to TR.
Yeah, even with this, I would still give Nabs quite a bit of a lead here. Again, the best thing that can happen for Ed, and I keep saying this, if those boots are not in Turtle Rock, and they're like say on the Smith chain, and he goes there first. Although that would probably be where Nabs goes next. Probably the best thing that could happen is if we did. I'm not 100% sure we didn't see 2 items in Mire. Assuming we didn't see 2 items in Mire, if the boots are in that second check, and if Ed goes straight over to Mire and does full clear it.
Yeah, or Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace. Also a location it could be.
Yeah, because Nabs can, because this is the last crystal dungeon they can clear.
Yep.
So, and we know Pod doesn't have any items left.
Yep.
So yeah, best for Ed would probably be either Ice or that Smith chain.
And again, Ped's still not dead, so
But-
see if either one make. Honestly, if I'm gonna go to Ice, I'm gonna check Ped with that book first. Although it is green pendant, I still
Before
check.
doing Pod, I'd check Ped.
Yeah, no, I think I still check it first, because then I go to Ice Palace, full clear it if I have to, and then I take the green pendant over to the pod area.
That's true. That's true.
Although I guess if you know it's pod, you don't have to take the green pendant over. But a ped check would allow, if boots are on ped and you know it, then Ice Palace becomes much quicker. Now with the Samaria strats that we have now with the Icebreaker, a full clear of Ice Palace is a lot quicker than it used to be. It saves more time on a full clear than it does on a go mode. It does save a ton of time on the go mode too, but every location on path except Ice Tea with the Icebreaker is really nice.
Yeah. The only chest that's hard, and even in old routing and new routing, is that Ice Tea chest. It's just so out of the way.
It's a terrible location.
And so far, Turtle Rock has been as advertised with lots of keys.
Yep. And as we are not in go mode, we do have to check this chest regardless. It is just the map. It's all dungeon items so far.
Yep. Everything's concentrated in the back. That powder coming in handy, though.
Yeah, it's one of the best spots for powder. It's so common because you just went through the chain chomp room to be low on health there, and these anti-fairs just come right at you, and you can just easily powder a whole bunch of them.
Yep. It has to be a little careful, down to 2 hearts in this chain chomp room.
Yeah, fortunately he has powder for the anti-fairies as well.
That's true. Right, and Nabs has the mirror out, is going to check Mimic Cave first. I've seen runners go check the big chest first, so if it's there you can just keep going, but...
Yep. I'm a big fan of checking the when you're go -1, I'm a big fan of checking the big chest first. Mimic Cave is really slow, and the amount of time you lose by doing the big chest first is pretty small. But this is fine. The odds of it actually working out that way are pretty small as well, so...
Yep. Just a piece of heart. In Mimic Cave, though... And in the big chest... is another heart. Yep.
Well, we finally get to our second row of hearts, I guess.
Hey, that's nice. But they're both on red mail, so I don't think they would have minded, honestly. Small key.
Yep, that one had to be a small key.
Yep.
It's going to be a small key and 3 items on Laser Bridge. And an item on Trinex.
He's getting off the refill right here, getting pretty low on magic, and without boots, I know some runners don't know, maybe more than some don't know the laser skips without the boots, so may opt to just go ahead and use that Can of Brian like I do.
Yeah, I think that's even if you know it, I mean, it's just faster, it's easier. You have plenty of magic. You're going to get a magic refill to go in before you go into Trinex. It just makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, first chest we have our small key. Second chest we have 300
Money.
rupees, of course.
Lots of money.
Fourth
This
chest,
more
more
money.
money.
More money, more money. And
And
a
a
bug
bug
net.
net. Now we can catch some fairies with our powder and bug net.
There you go. We do still have an item on Trinex, though, so we're not done yet. Okay, gonna take that magic refill. Already ready with that ice rod. This won't take long with the gold sword.
No, it will not. 3 hits per head. 1, 2, 3. And now just the main head. And Trinex goes down for Nabs. And with that, there's 6th crystal of this seed.
And just 20 rupees, so Turtle Rock, not the answer. Now, he hasn't done Spike Cave, so I suspect he'll do that next. And then he's got a decision to make.
Ice Palace or Smith Chain?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you could go Smith Chain just because there's more items on that, especially with the shovel that you have.
Yeah, we still haven't seen that shovel. So, actually, it says, so we have 1 item at shovel. We have the Smith Chain, which is 3 items, all told. The Smiths themselves, the hammer pegs, and the purple chest.
We also have
And ice has
the
3
mirror
items.
checks there.
Oh, we haven't done those yet. So
K45.
Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, Graveyard Ledge Cave 45. Yeah.
Plus, if you end up Smith Chain with the purple chest, you can just walk to the right a little bit and go to Ice Palace. But we also have Pyramid Fairy now open.
And we do have Pyramid Fairy. I might hit that first.
So many things, so many things. And they're all like scattered across the entire world with not a lot of checks to them. Alright, Ed has the 2 side heads down, and we'll be going against the big head here in a sec. Down goes Trinex for Ed for their 5th crystal. Looks like Nabs is heading up to Catfish from here?
Right, he hasn't done that yet.
Or Mirror? Okay, I'm not sure where they're going. Yeah,
Okay, I think he's doing the Pyramid Fairy check.
Okay, but wouldn't it be faster to flute? I don't know.
Yeah, well, save and quit in the Dark World, put him in the Pyramid, so Mirror plus, I mean, yeah, probably would have been a little faster to flute. I'm actually not sure. Probably, though.
Yeah, well, Ed's going straight there as well. So we'll see it simultaneously here.
If it's not on Pyramid Fairy, you might see Nabs head over towards Catfish. That would be good for Ed, since Ed's already checked that area.
Yep. And with Aga dead, we can route this in really nicely with just the mirror over and take the Aga portal back. That is one of the nice things about killing Aga.
Yeah, a little bit of a time save for a lot of a time loss, but you know.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
it's, you know,
wouldn't
so
call.
it's not a time loss if you have to do it.
Yeah. All right, and getting a little mirror bonked, but there we go. And Pyramid Fairy has our single arrow of destiny and our mirror shield.
That would have been nice to have on Laser Bridge. Not too many other places though.
Yeah.
But couldn't have it there because we need to kill Trinex to get that. I guess, yeah, that would be a really odd bit of routing. But I guess you could do Laser Bridge afterwards.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, we are back in town. Let's see. Nabs is going to go back to the Dark World here. This
Smith
would be the
chain looks
time.
like it.
If you're gonna do a pet check, this is the time to do it, though.
That's true. And looks like Ed is going to Meyer.
All right.
Unfortunately, no pet check. Gonna go ahead and go do Smith's chain first. I can't blame him for that though.
Yeah, absolutely reasonable. Yeah, that is a problem. Desert, for those that you may have missed it, Desert is fully boots locked. Therefore, we do absolutely need them.
Yep, we got 3 bombs and that's it. We were out.
I mean, there is, to be fair, there is a key layout that allows Desert to be logically boots locked, but not actually boots locked. But that is not what we have today.
Yeah, if you get the big key in the first chest and the small key is on the torch.
Yep. Okay, what do we got at Hammer Pegs?
The cape. Just
I'm
gonna
gonna
leave that
grab
behind.
that. You know, I mean, it's an extra luxury, extra safety. You don't really need it, but it's not a bad thing to have.
Yeah,
Nav says, I don't need it.
Alright, and on the Smiths we have the
Okay.
fast bottle.
I mean, if you're gonna get a bottle of one filled with blue goo is a nice one, but not what they're looking for.
Nope. And while we're hunting for these boots, just want to go ahead and say, give our follow to our runners who've been doing a really good job. This seed has been pretty linear, but right up until the end, after those we got those mitts, it's been opened up quite a bit. And these boots could be really anywhere, and it's been pretty mean to them in that sense. So go ahead and give them a follow. They've been doing a great job with this seed. And also go ahead and follow my co-com, Tracy M, and our tracker, who's been keeping us on task, and both of them have been doing a great job as well, Tracker and co-com. So, yep.
So go ahead and follow Antissim as well. And K45 with just piece of heart.
And now we'll get that shovel check.
We've had that shovel for a while too.
Yes, we have.
Just bombs. Okay, now we're gonna flute over to 7 and turn in that purple chest.
Yep. And then probably Ice Palace afterwards. Right?
I believe is that all we have? Well, aside from green pendant turn in.
3 bombs. And fluting to 8. So, yeah. Ice Palace.
It's gonna dive ice.
And we've got the cutscene chest on Ed's side, so this could turn
This could be huge. If this is boots, then Ed just took a huge lead.
Alright, moment of truth. Oh,
Nope.
no.
Just a
It's
just a
red.
heart container.
It's not the red. It's red, but it's not
Not
the right red.
not the right red. So we're essentially, to my recollection, we're down to 6 locations. We have the 3 items in Ice Palace, the green pendant turn-in, Head, and Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that's it. We've
If
cleared everything else.
if anyone can think of anything else. So to answer the question in chat, the Meyer Big Key was in the compass chest, and we're about to see the rupees. I want to say it was in the big chest. It may have been the one after this, but yeah, there they are right there. So that's both items in Meyer for Ed.
And Nabs is going to go ahead and do the icebreaker clip. It's in the right position, puts down that block, and walks straight through. Voila.
And big key in a good location. The absolute worst is when you have the big key over an iced tea. Iced tea is just the bad spot in any
It
version
really
of Ice
is.
Palace. But the worst is if the big key is in iced tea, and you still have to go to the big chest to find your items.
Yep. And Nabs. Oh, there's the
And
boots.
there they are. Okay, boots. Hallelujah. Go mode for Nabs at 135.38.
Ooh, yeah.
That's really bad for Ed. We were go -1 for quite a while too.
Yeah, this seed was linear, giving us all the items right up until Swamp. Then after that, it said, no, you will not get what you want.
Yeah. I mean, who goes to Ice Palace before going to
Turtle Rock and Mire.
Turtle Rock and Mire when you can full clear them? I mean,
Exactly.
unfortunately for Ed, that location, it's going to be a while before he gets there. Even if he chooses to go to ice right away, it's still going to be bad for him.
It is, yes. As Nabs is going to be clearing out this last dungeon with those boots, that gold sword, and also that mirror shield, fully equipped, along with red mail.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and grab this small key. Would have been better for him if it had been the big key, because then he could just go mirror on out and go to the end. But he'll now have to go find the big key over on the right side.
Yep. As Vidi goes down on Ed's side. And there's the big key.
Yeah, first chest on the big key on the right side, so it doesn't have to check the second chest. Gonna go straight to the back.
Gonna go kill those Lambos and head up to GT.
Yeah, he's got his choices on what to use. He could use Fire Rod, he could use Silver Arrows, he could use Gold Sword. This Land Molus fight will be no problem.
Looks like he's picking Fire Rod. At least for the torches.
Oh,
And,
are we gonna get the Ice Play?
Yeah, so this is gonna save Ed a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's still behind though. This is not going to be enough to catch him up, but it's certainly going to help. It does make it within reach of a big mistake from Nabs, though. Would have to be a pretty big mistake, but you know, not as out of reach as it would have been if he'd gone and done the other checks first. And hopefully Ed also knows how to do the icebreaker. That'll save him a ton of time as well.
Yeah, he did get Swamp Stiver down pretty quick, so I would assume so.
I would as well.
Oh no. Alright, meanwhile, Nabs is very close and goes ahead and takes down Lamolas for a piece of heart. So that was the second item as well. All right, and now there's a game we like to play. We have 7 crystals, and in GT there are, how many chests are there, Tracy?
22. Well, 21 plus the torch.
Yes, 21 plus the torch, and there's a game, and chat can guess what chest that big key is in. So we'll know here in a moment. And we'll be taking Nabs's checks.
Okay. And unfortunately, are you seeing anything? Wait,
Yeah,
see?
everything's a bit PowerPoint for me right at the moment. Be a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought it was just on Ed's side for a second, and then now it's on both sides. Okay, well, we'll try and do this as best we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we even get it. Hopefully, we get it back before we get into Ganon's tower. Otherwise, we may not get to play that big key game.
Yeah, we may have to run it based on what the counter tells us at the end.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Although, um, the torch being the one that it doesn't count on the credits, but we do count when we actually check.
That's true. Once we see on our screen that Nabs is in GT, I'll go ahead and stop the race or stop the game.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I can't stop the race, but
I got
okay, we
some
made
sound
it
back at
back
least.
on Ed's side for a bit here. And I believe Ed has Lamolas down now.
It sure looks that way.
Yeah. So that'll be their 7th crystal, and we'll be also headed up to GT.
Unfortunately, we have both sides frozen again. It does sound like there are some Twitch issues going on.
Yeah, we just have to be patient at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay, we'll continue to wait this out as long as we can.
Yeah, we just gotta be here with each other and talk.
Yeah, I guess we
Hey,
could recap. Oh, hey, look, we see movement on Nabs' side.
yep,
Okay, let me see if I
and
can get audio over there as well.
let's go ahead and stop the game. And it looks like we are on the right side, so I don't know if Nabs did left side first or not.
Yeah, with this much time, I'm gonna guess he did.
That's fair, yeah. And there's that big key.
I'm gonna guess that's probably 21. Unfortunately, we just don't know for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him later on.
And like you said, we can check the credits. The credits will either be 20 or 21, depending on whether he picked up anything on the torch.
Yep. Anti-fairy giving him some troubles.
Okay, this is one of those few places where the beer shield really comes in handy. It does block those fireballs that the mimics give. He does manage to not even need to worry about that, though. Does take a fireball into the shield, though, there.
Yes, shields can be useful.
Yeah, there's just a few select places that most runners don't care about enough. Nab's down to 2.5 hearts. He might choose to take the fairy refill here.
Yep. Yeah, safety room would not be a bad decision. But nope.
Nope, goes for it.
Does have that blue potion still, so we'll choose to burn that instead if need be, I believe.
As we go through the gauntlet. Always good when you actually end up with more hearts after the first room than you started with, so.
Yeah.
He could also choose to powder the bunny beam on his way up.
And Nabs does have Landmo's down.
Very nice. Okay, Wizard Room 2, very nicely done. One of my favorite rooms.
Yep, those two rooms are just put down that block. The worst is when you don't have Samaria because you got a weird seed and you just did never get it. And you go in that room, it's like, what do I do now?
Okay, as we get another bit of freezing, hopefully this will clear itself up pretty quickly.
And
Okay,
Ed is in Armos Knights.
yep, we can see he's doing it.
And we've got both in the gauntlet at least, or in the GT climb. Oh,
Okay,
and
here we go.
Nabs. Here we go.
So somehow we flew through the tower, and now we're gonna fight Ganon. This will be a cozy Ganon fight. Gold sword, red mail, silver arrows.
Yeah. And only thing is that cape that Nabs decided not to pick up, but honestly, with his equipment, probably won't need it anyways.
Yeah, he should be fine. And he's got at least a bottle of blue somewhere in there that he picked up at one point and he hasn't used.
That's also true. Or could have used it in the gauntlet, we just don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get this back at this point or not. Okay, wait, we got a little bit further. Looks like we're in the silver stage, the fourth stage here.
Are we?
That's what I'm seeing on my screen right now.
Yeah. I'm still in phase 2.
Nice. As this inches along. Okay, at this point, I don't know if we're gonna get this back. We see that Nabs is in the last stage, or at least I can see that he's in the last stage of this. Um, since it not wasn't going to be likely that he was going to mess this up anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say that he did finish. He finished in first place, official SRL time of 1:52:29. Ed's going to finish up a little bit later. He is going to finish though. We'll see if we get the stream back in time to see him finish.
Yeah. All in all, it was, even with the early Aga play, it was really only 3 or 4 minutes off of each other. So
Yeah, I mean, in the end, the big difference was just Ed checking all these little checks to first of all to avoid Aga. Nabs ended up doing all the same checks later, but he was able to do 'em more efficiently at other times than. Okay, there we go. Now I can see Ed doing a Moldorm fight, Moldorm 2 fight. So maybe we'll get to see the end of his.
oh, and we are back with Nabs, and Nabs has completed.
Yeah, we see the credits on Nabs' side.
Yep.
But yeah, so the rest of the seed until the boots search B was a very, very linear seed, and so Ed just constantly behind from those extra checks, and Nab's been able to continue to hold that lead.
Yeah, it's really, plus all the other one-off locations that Ed decided to go do as well. Put him a little behind Nabs. Yeah, we cleared up a lot of this seed between these two runners. There weren't many locations that were not checked. In fact, I can't think of really any that weren't checked. Maybe just rest of Ice Palace, really.
Mm-hmm.
And we did get Key at 21, and seeing his chat seems to be populating again, I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And congratulations to End Zero Inferno for winning the GT Big Key guessing game and getting 24 points for that.
Getting those swag internet points that really just give you bragging rights, but hey, bragging rights are nothing to sneeze at.
That they're not.
So it looks like we do have Ed on there going ahead and finishing up. We're going to go ahead and try our best to bring you the rest of what Ed's doing. We are, however, going to cut as soon as that's done because we don't know what's going on with Twitch, and so we're just going to go ahead and skip the interviews, unfortunately. But congratulations to Nabs for winning Game 1 of this series. Good luck to both of them in the rest of the series, and we will go ahead and let Ed finish up, so at least that.
Yep, and go ahead, give them a follow. They put on a great race, put on a great match here for us, and done a great job with this. So.
Yep, and I'm going to let him finish up, and then I will go through the schedule for the rest of the day. And there we have Ed finishing up with an official SRL time of 1:57:07. So GG's to Ed. The rest of the day, we do have quite a few matches going on. At 5:40, actually, that would already started. Hopefully, if you'll be able to watch this, Twitch hopefully behaves a little bit better. We have Fereme will give an interview if we win versus OptGet Good, Korek versus Nielsen Alex 92. At 8:10, we have Titan Smiths versus Fendrana Drifters, Sailor Nep versus Jet 082. At 9:40, we have WJPTBB versus Team Kappa, JTB versus Gamachu. At 11:50 p.m., we also have the second match of that series. This time it'll be JP Brewers Fan, or Brewers Fan JP versus 1UP40. So definitely tune in for those, and hopefully those will all be good races. And hopefully and I'm sure by then all the issues will have been worked out, and we'll be able to watch those great races from some great players.
Yeah, a lot of good matchups. So looking forward to Twitch decides to behave.